I'm seeing Call of Duty skill-based matchmaking from a new perspective. I've been a top 1% COD player forever at this point, but all that changed at the beginning of Black Ops 6 when I became a below-average player who should benefit from strict skill-based matchmaking. And for those that don't know why, it's because I had a seizure and found out I had a brain tumor on October 25th, the day Black Ops 6 came out. Yeah, it's great, I know. First, I went on anti-seizure medication, which essentially dampens the electrical signals in your brain, which makes your reaction time slower. And that isn't great for a game like Call of Duty. It also made my aim a little worse and turned me into a slightly above average player once I could play again. But don't worry, I became even worse at the game after I had brain surgery in mid-November to remove the brain tumor. The surgery went well, so I'm happy with that. About 10 days after surgery, I decided I wanted to try and play Call of Duty for the first time again, and I had what was possibly the worst game of COD I ever played. I won't lie to you, I'm slightly embarrassed to show you this scoreboard because it was so bad, but I went 18 and 46. It was not a fun time. My reaction time was so much worse than when I was just on the anti-seizure medication. I couldn't aim for my life, clearly, and the game lasted probably 8 minutes, and it made me completely exhausted, and I had to go lie down in bed and sleep at 2 p.m. just from the attempt to play this game. Probably wasn't a good idea when I still wasn't allowed to walk without someone assisting me, but the good news is that I'm improving every week, but it will take several months for me to fully recover, and on top of that, I still have to take the anti-seizure medication for at least 6 more months. All in all, I'm basically temporarily not very good at Call of Duty. I played 3 hours of multiplayer on the 24th because it released at 9 p.m. And I played very well then and had the incident on the 25th, and since I came back post-brain surgery, I've played about 24 hours in the last 3 weeks, which is about an hour a day. And that means I should have been able to see a change in my lobbies and the benefits of strict skill-based matchmaking for a below-average player. I mean, if anyone should benefit from this, it's the guy who had a drill go into his brain, right? Well, I can tell you with 100% certainty that I have not. If you guys are enjoying this video, please hit that like button to let me know you want me to make more. Every single lobby I go into has players from 3rd Prestige to Master Prestige only. Basically, people who play the game a lot. And every game I play has 2 types of players. The ones spinning around, jumping and sliding and doing crazy movement, or people who are laying on their butt cheeks trying to look like dead bodies. Those are pretty much the 2 different ways players try to improve their KD. And my KD, or I guess I should say my elim death ratio, is just slightly above 1, which is essentially a below average player because assists count as elims, and on a normal KD, I'd probably be at a 0.7-ish, which is clearly not good. I'm normally comfortably above a 2 KD to illustrate the difference. And I could understand Call of Duty having me in the higher skill bracket for the first few hours, thinking I'm reverse boosting or something, but after 24 hours of being bad, you think they'd adjust my lobbies, but no! They couldn't do that. They just looked at my account's history and are like, this guy's played since 2007 and has been really good for 14, 15 years and will clearly keep playing the game no matter what. So he can stay in the high skill level lobbies even if his stats show that he's bad. However, they are totally cool with gameplay content creators 2-boxing to get gameplay against thumbless players who don't shoot back and record themselves getting nukes in 60 seconds. And for those that don't know what 2-boxing is, it's where people will make a brand new account and then find lobbies, and then they'll join that lobby from their main account, which is a direct way to abuse people who are actually horrible at the game, and those players will have no good teammates to protect them because they're in bracketed lobbies, aka strict skill-based matchmaking lobbies. 2-boxing is worse for those bad players than having no skill-based matchmaking at all in the game. And if you guys could please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, we're less than 6,000 away from 100k, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. So, I decided to test out a couple games with my lower skill leveled friends who are around a 1 elim death ratio like I do right now because of my brain surgery to make sure I wasn't being crazy with the skill level of my lobbies. And what I did isn't exactly 2-boxing like the gameplay creators do because my friends will be in much higher skilled lobbies than those creators in their brand new accounts. So, what I did was let my lower skill leveled friends find a lobby and then I joined it. This allows me to see if I was just bad no matter who I played. And I found out quickly I was no longer complete trash when I joined their lobbies. I could easily go positive again. I did this 5 times just to make sure it wasn't a fluke the first time it happened. And if you were curious about the gameplay in the video of Hacienda, Vault, and Holiday Nuketown, these are the games I joined my not so good friends' lobbies. I was trying to make the gameplay as entertaining as possible, but as you can see, I'm not that good, right? For example, even though I'd go positive, it wasn't crazy stats. For example, I went 18 and 14 in this Vault game, the one I've been showing you, and in the ones I did better, I used the Strategist perk to make getting score streaks a lot easier by destroying enemy equipment and playing the objective. Then I'd just spray my gun going for assist eliminations while having horrible aim. I could tell these lobbies weren't far off from how good I was currently, but I never got these lobbies on my own. And what this confirmed to me was that strict skill-based matchmaking is only a part of their formula for Call of Duty now. Because my friends play a lot, and the ones who aren't as good still get easier lobbies, and it now makes sense to me why they would never play with me when I was good. But if strict skill-based matchmaking was the only component, then after 24 hours of me being average at best in-game, I should be getting these lower level lobbies, but I'm not. I get the typical experience of having one good lobby every 3 hours, so I already have made many videos on why I think strict skill-based matchmaking is bad for Call of Duty, but now I think it's even worse with their clear lack of care for players who have played their game a lot. If someone's skill level gets much worse, but they've played Call of Duty a ton, they won't help you out. I don't care if it will only be temporary from a medical event, they should still adjust your lobbies based on how you're playing. Essentially, they're only going to change your skill bracket if you get better. What I learned is Call of Duty clearly has an engagement optimized matchmaking system where they only worry about if you will continue to play or not. And considering I've been playing since 2007 and will continue to play because I have a passion for Call of Duty and make videos on it, Activision, Treyarch, Microsoft, or whoever controls this BS system doesn't care about me or anyone who plays their games a good amount. They know even with my poor play, I'll keep playing Black Ops 6, so they will not loosen up my matchmaking no matter how long I do bad for. I found out the easiest way for me to be able to play okay was to move over to Hardcore Nuketown 24/7. Because the skill gap is super small with the fast time to kill. And I know that map like the back of my hand because it's been around since 2010. Also, I played like a camping bot staring at one spot to try and get headshots for camos, and even then, I failed at that here. But luckily for my sake, each week my health improves a bit, and so does my reaction time and aim. I think I'm back to being a slightly above average player, but I'm still nowhere near as good as I was. In about 6 months, I'll be really good again, but this entire experience is hard enough in real life with the limitations on what I can do. For example, I'm not even allowed to drive for 6 months, and they're gonna make me retake a driving test, but Call of Duty won't even let me play in lower level lobbies. Like, come on, I don't need to deal with Call of Duty's BS, on top of everything else. My opinion is now set in stone, and will never change on how bad strict skill-based matchmaking and engagement optimized matchmaking are, especially when a game has ranked play as well. I would love someone from Activision, Microsoft, or Treyarch to explain to me why they have this system and why I didn't get a benefit from it like below average players are supposed to when I had a serious medical event that changed how I could play the game. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments on these matchmaking systems and how good you are at the game. And if you want to know my detailed reasonings for thinking strict skill-based matchmaking is killing Call of Duty, click here. Hopefully someone working for Call of Duty will watch it too. Peace.